Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucimus Prime here, and welcome to the next episode of Movie Didn't Need a Sequel. So, in today's video, guys, I'm going to be covering, this time, one of my favourite action movies of all time, which is also, ironically, a sequel, guys. This is one of my favourite action movie sequels of all time, released in 2008 with one of my favourite action movie characters of all time. And this one, which in my opinion, did not need a sequel, guys, of course, would have to be none other than 2008's Rambo. So yeah, now, this is definitely a really amazing sequel, in my opinion, guys. So, and in my opinion, it didn't need any continuation after it. So, what do I think of a Rambo franchise? So, if you guys have seen my ranking video for a franchise, my personal favourite, of course, is the original movie, which is First Blood. I really love First Blood. Really amazing movie, in my opinion. And John Rambo is also my second favourite role, as well as Stallone, behind Rocky Balboa. And I think First Blood Part 2 is definitely, in my opinion, a great sequel to the first movie as well. And however, guys, for those of you who don't know, I absolutely despise Rambo 3. I think it's the worst of a franchise, so yeah, it's going to get a punch for that. So yeah, a big disappointing film in my opinion, guys. A massive letdown compared to the great first two films of a franchise. It was so boring and cartoonic. Yeah, extremely boring in my opinion. I did, however, love Rambo 2008, and I consider it to be the true Rambo 3. Because, yeah, what's great about a franchise is you don't need to watch Rambo 3 to understand this movie, thankfully. You can skip that one and go straight to this one if you want to. And it works just fine, really, to be honest. So, yeah. This is definitely, in my opinion, a great action movie. It has just what I wanted in an action movie. You know, lots of fast-paced action and insane stunts and all that, really. And on the topic of why, in my opinion, this film did not need a sequel. So, this film has a really phenomenal ending, guys. A really amazing ending where, after defeating a villain called Patty Tint and all of his henchmen in a very graphic climax, which is definitely one of the most graphic climaxes I've ever seen in my life of watching movies, the film ends in a very fantastic way where Rambo finally returns home to the United States in Barry, Arizona. Definitely a great way to end the Rambo series for good. Really did a great job with that, and there was no sequel baiting whatsoever. I definitely think they should have ended it there, because that was definitely a great way for Rambo's story to come full circle with his journey ending where it all began in Arizona for him, really, when he's back home. So yeah, it's definitely really amazing how he returns home after all the things he's been through. So he's finally returned home and he can rest now. So yeah. But unfortunately, despite this amazing ending, this ending was unfortunately deemed not to be the end of a franchise, because in 2019, guys, we got a fifth movie, which of course is none other than Rambo Last Blood. Now, this movie, of course, had negative reviews when it was released. Many people hate it, they regard it as the worst Rambo movie. But for me personally, guys, I don't hate the movie, but I will, however, say that in my opinion, it was not needed, but I don't hate it. In my opinion, the Rambo film that deserves a hate is Rambo 3, because I hate Rambo 3. So, yeah. But this film, in my opinion, though, I do have some problems with this movie. So, for example, I mean, I've already said that in my opinion, it was not needed, because Rambo 2008 had, of course, had that fantastic ending of him returning home after all he's been through. He can return home and rest now. So, they should have ended it there, in my opinion. And also, this movie, as well, has way too many similar things to Taken, in my opinion. It literally feels like Taken, but in Mexico this time and not Paris or Istanbul, pretty much, really. It feels pretty much like Taken, but set in Mexico this time with Rambo as the main character. And I feel the pacing was also slow at times too, but not as slow, in my opinion, as Rambo 3, because Rambo 3, in my opinion, was probably the most boring out of the movies for me, personally. And I also didn't really like Gabrielle very much. I thought she was very unlikable, and she ignored Rambo's warning, you know, not to go to Mexico to see her father. And of course, unfortunately, because she disobeys Rambo, she ended up getting killed. So yeah, I thought she was a very unlikable character, in my opinion, guys, and yeah. But it may not be as bad as Rambo 3, because the action, in my opinion, is still great in this movie, especially in the final climax of the movie. Although, in my opinion, the best climax is from the 2008 movie for me, personally. So yeah. But yeah, I will agree with people who hated the movie that this film was not needed, because Rambo 2008 for me is the true end of a Rambo franchise, and that's how I like to keep it, really. But this film, to me, in my opinion, is not as terrible as some people would say, really. I just think, there's something I don't like about it, but I don't think it's that terrible, in my opinion. In my opinion, the Rambo film that deserves to hate is Rambo 3, because I hate Rambo 3 a lot. Because I think it's even more boring, in my opinion, than Last Blood, and I also as well think that it's way too cartoonic as well. It's also way too Kurtwood because he only appeared in one scene, and yeah, how dare they waste Kurtwood like that? Ridiculous. So yeah. So I like to, but nonetheless, though, guys, I like to pretend that Rambo 2008 is the true end of a franchise, and when it comes to what I like to think of a franchise, in my book, Rambo is only a trilogy, which consists, of course, of First Blood Part 2, and then, of course, Rambo 2008. Because, like I said, guys, you can literally skip Rambo 3 and go straight to Rambo 2008, and you're missing nothing, to be honest. Because, yeah, Rambo 3 is just an absolute bore fest, really, but doesn't add anything new to the franchise. It's just so cartoonic and all that, which is very annoying. So, yeah. But when it comes to these films, though, I, of course, ranked my films already. So, if you want to hear my full thoughts in depth on the movies, then please go check out my ranking video. And in the future, guys, I will also, as well, absolutely post reviews for all 5 of these movies, all 5 of them. And the third one is going to get a trash talk, because I hate Rambo 3. But Last Blood, however, won't get a trash talk, because like I said, I don't think it's as bad as some people say, really. I just think, there's some problems I have with it, but I don't think it's that terrible. I just think it's an unnecessary sequel, because Rambo 2008 for me is a true end of a Rambo franchise, for me, personally. So, yeah. So, guys, this is me doing the next episode of a movie that didn't need a sequel, and today, guys, I was talking about why, in my opinion, Rambo 2008 did not need a sequel. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think of Rambo 2008. Do you think it needed a sequel on it? In the comments below. Also, be sure to join Team Prime and subscribe on my screen in the future. If you would like to be a member, you can press on using a Pizza or you can subscription, and I'll see you all later.